Care if it's old. Back here with my guest Scotty Priest once again, and I guess the next thing we should go into is, okay, now I know you've gotten settled in nice and comfortable at WoW, but tell us a little bit about life before that.
Life before that, well, originally I started in Baltimore, Maryland. Go Ravens.
Orioles.
We can't really say much about them, but you know, we still have them in our hearts. But anyway, started in Baltimore, Maryland. Just, you know, I've been wanting to, ever since I could basically turn on a television, I've always wanted to wrestle. I saw two guys beating the crap out of each other on TV. I thought, wow, that's cool. That's something I like to be a part of, maybe one day or another.
This could be a job.
And finally, I got up the courage to actually, you know, go down and actually take a couple bumps in the ring. And from there, the rest is history. Trained in Baltimore, Maryland for a couple months under the Eastern Wrestling Alliance, which are still going today, still living strong. You can catch them out in Glen Burnie, all over Maryland. Then from there, I moved down to the South. Yes, sir. The epitome of where wrestling was once idolized, not so much anymore, but there's still some stuff down there. And I got started down there with now known as Champions with Attitude, formerly known as the Christian Wrestling Alliance. Spent about 6 months getting my bum kicked all over the place from there. And next thing you know, I had my first show in about February or March of 2007 or 2008. I'm not quite sure which one because it's been a while. But from there, I basically went all over the South, wrestled in Georgia, wrestled in the North Carolina, South Carolina, made my way over to Tennessee once or twice.
Wow, that far out.
That far out, man. It was definitely a surreal experience, and one thing led to another, and I decided, hey, you know what, it's time. You know, I'd been in the South for a couple years now. I've been making a name for myself. A lot of people know me down there. A lot of people want me back down there, so you might see me going more travel-wise. But finally, you know, I decided to say, hey, let's go back where it all began. Let's try and go back up north.
Mm-hmm.
Not back home, but New York, without a doubt, my second home, home away from home. And I've been doing my thing up here, doing whatever I got to do to make it big up here. And fortunately enough, Mr. Steel Toe Joe, Joey B, Joe Bellini gave me a shot at Warriors, and I've been here ever since.
That is really great. And definitely, I look forward to getting out to seeing you live one time, like real soon if I can. And because, like I said before, he was stopping in at Freedom Championship Wrestling for a while, and he was training there for a bit. And some other people we trained with. We trained with like Chris Banks and...
remember the name, Chris Banks.
Today is Chris Banks' birthday. And he will absolutely beat my ass into the ground if I don't wish him a happy on air. Chris Banks.
Happy
remember
birthday.
The name. Chris Banks. Mr. No Limits. Happy birthday, brother. We love you. But yeah, the training stuff there was fun. And this guy taught me to drop a leg drop on a foam... you know, on a foam mat.
Did you ever get the basics down for that?
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Actually, it took a while. Like the very next week, you weren't there, but I started doing it again. And I finally got it down. I was like, I've learned so much from you guys. I really have. Was it Rob Fury taught me how to do a leapfrog, which I swore was never going to happen without a crane.
Yeah, the leapfrogs aren't fun for me.
I've seen them go wrong. So I've seen so many crash and burns on leapfrogs. It ain't even funny.
Yeah, I've been on the bad end of those myself. Had to check make sure the kids are in order, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure the kids are in. Thing 2 and thing 1. You got to make sure they're still there, man.
When you get up, splits as high as you can. Splits, and if all necessary, wear a cup.
And I recommend wearing a cup. Okay, definitely. And since we're on that point, I think it's a good place to segue. I guess one of the next things, we always try to do this with every guest we can get our hands on. What advice do you give to the young kids out there who are thinking about maybe that, like you, saw two guys beating the crap out of each other in the ring and thought, hey, there might be a job in this?
My advice to you, number one, don't get married. This business takes a toll on all relationships. It's taken a toll on one of mine.
The road is no place to raise a family, as Journey said. Okay.
If you can honestly be with somebody and can actually, you know, make them accustomed to your lifestyle in this business, then okay, more power to you. Other than that, tough road, rocky road. Had my experience. You know, I'm happy now, but at the time. But also, if you honestly really want to get involved in this business, get trained the right way. Don't do any of this backyard crap.
Please.
I'm not one to shy away from the fact that, yes, I was in a backyard. I did a backyard gimmick for a while, trampolines, broken tables, crowd of maybe 5 people. I was young and stupid. What do you want? I'm still kind of stupid, but, get trained the right way. Find a school that won't actually, rip you off and beat the crap out of you to make you quit, because they still do that around here.
They do indeed do that, and I've heard horror stories. I ain't gonna name no names. I'm not gonna mention any schools by name, but I have heard of this happening countless times to countless young promising people who want to just try and make a go of this business. So please, find a reputable school, whatever you do.
Or is a wrestling training center, 56 Van Street, Staten Island, New York.
We can do that.
But no, seriously, guys, if you really want to get in this business and you want to make something of yourself, number one, let me honestly tell you right now, the fame and fortune, it ain't going to be there. Not for a number of years. Unless you are really jacked up and actually know what you're doing and actually make it somewhere, then you can do the, fame, fortune, and glitter and glam and girls and all that stuff.
There is no glamour in that first. I merely point to wrestling legend Bob Backlund, who was sleeping in his car and making $5 a night. Okay?
And I've been there too. And also, let me say this: South Wrestling, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, I was lucky enough to actually get $10 a show, and I worked.
Oh, brother, you was getting
3
paid.
days a week.
You was getting paid in Dixie.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every single week. Not paid one dime. For a good year and a half, I've done that.
Remember that, boys and girls. I'm telling you, this is a hard business. It chews people up and spits them out. And if you've got enough to make it, then you can make a go of this. But it is very, very hard on those who participate. No mistake. This is why I'm back doing television now. Enough said.
To each his own.
We got one more break coming up. So that would be track 4 on the disc, guy. So we got another break coming up, and we'll be right back, and we're going to wrap up this show. Back here with Ringside Highlights, number 39, with our guest, Scotty Priest. Don't go away. So we got another break coming up, and we'll be right back, and we're going to wrap up this show. Back here with Ringside Highlights, number 39, with our guest, Scotty Priest. Don't go away. And we're back. Ringside Highlights, number 39, Eddie Guns, with my guest, Scotty Priest. Okay, now, this came up later while we were just hanging out in the green room chowing down, and I think it's a great question, and I'm going to ask it anyway because, do you have any big league aspirations, man? Are you thinking about going to the big leagues someday after you've been doing this a while?
I've had this question asked to me numerous of times, as well as all my other colleagues in this sport probably have. My biggest aspiration, as it has been for many, many years, is to either go internationally, Japan, or Mexico, maybe even Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada. Why not? My main goal is to shy away from the U.S. at some point and try to make it internationally. If I can make it in Japan, I can make it anywhere.
Absolutely.
But I will not be a fool to not sign a contract if it was offered to me. So, WWE, TNA, offer me a contract. Where do I sign? Right on the dotted line. And I will continue to do what I've done here, is bust my ass as much as I can to make it somewhere.
Okay, on the lighter side of things, I'm going to mention this because I've been dying to tell you this for as long as I know you. You know who you remind me of?
I'm afraid to even ask.
Mike Lockwood. Crash Holly.
That's a new one. That's definitely a new one for me. Nobody's actually said I look like Mike. I've been told I look like Balls Mahoney, Axel Rotten, Ian Rotten. Mike Lockwood?
With a little Jerry Lawler maybe thrown in there because of the beard,
That's good too. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, sir.
I also got one, if I may.
Please,
like
guy.
Hornswoggle.
Oh, you about to get ripped up. Get back in the booth. Get back in the booth right now. Go get ripped up.
Sad thing is,
please don't hurt him.
The sad thing is, I have heard that.
Please don't hurt him. He's a nice man.
You know what? Chris Banks, remember the name Chris Banks? I hate you for this. I sincerely hate you for the Hornswoggle gimmick, because now everywhere I go, it's like, oh, you look like Hornswoggle.
That's messed up, yo.
Oh my God. That's why I got rid of the blonde hair.
Another quick shout out before I go into some quick programming notes and we get to wind this up. We are obligated by law. We're giving a shout out to our mutual friend online, the lovely Miss Michelle Means of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Hey! Michelle. Totally. Now, on to some programming notes of importance. A message to you viewers of Ringside Highlights. Well, I've been telling you now for about 3 months that we were going to wrap this show up and we were going to pull it off the air in February 2011. I got so many phone calls and so many emails and so many people on the street running up to me. I've had bus drivers on the MTA system sit there and talk to me about, you can't pull the show, you know? I got wrestlers, independent wrestlers calling up and go, you can't leave. Johnny Knockout's absolutely devastated. He's very upset. So, because of all this pressure and a couple of death threats, I am going to keep the show going for another 6 months, and the next season starts in February 2011 and will end in August 2011. But after that, I am retiring from this business, and I'm going to go to Brooklyn and go do the variety show with jugglers and minor league celebrities and whatever else I can get my hands on, because as much as I love the wrestling business, and I've been doing this for a long, long time, 10 years, as a matter of fact, I've been doing this, and this show has been like 8 seasons. You know, before that, I started doing commentary for Brian Rustler's shows, you know, the Wrestling Connection and the Best of WWE series here at CTV. It is now time for me to move into another direction because, frankly, it's been too long. It really has. Did you just flip me the bird?
No, I was telling you to wrap it up.
Okay.
No, I'm giving you the finger.
Oh, okay.
Give you 1 minute.
All right. Yeah, it's true. Okay. So, as we go to wind it up, as the clock is in fact about to get us and we're about to go to the credits, I hope you don't have to go through that whole disc again, please. So, Scotty, yo, man, thank you.
Thank you
It's
for
been
having me,
a great
brother.
half hour. And again, when Warriors of Wrestling's in town, look them up on Facebook because look them up online anywhere because they're everywhere.
January 22nd, 3555 Fun Station, USA, Victory Boulevard. Warriors presents Dark Days. Come out, big show. New heavyweight champion Lucifer Darkside takes on former heavyweight champion Jason Cross. You'll see yours truly. We're going to give you a good show. Come down, see the #1 company in the independents, Warriors of Wrestling.
Absolutely. So, for myself and my guest, as always, take it easy, Staten Island. We love you. Guy, play us out. What can I say?